Hey everyone, week 3 is just about wrapped up, and we're looking ahead to week 4 with your fantasy football waiver wire. A few interesting names on the list, and our job here is to show you some film so you can look at the abilities of the players you are thinking about adding. Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and week 3 did not have the injury carnage among big names, fortunately, that week 2 did, so I'm not going to find a ton of high dollar fab type options. It's much more speculative this week, but there are some pretty good names. Let's start out by taking a look at players who might be available in shallower leagues. So even here, nothing is guaranteed. The closest thing to a big workload is Myles Gaskin, although you've seen it. Jordan Howard is apparently going to steal every single short touchdown. I put both Packer receivers who are behind Davante Adams here on this list. Lazard obviously went off in week 3, but of course MVS has also gone off previously. They seem like a little bit of a week-by-week thing. And you'll notice I put Adrian Peterson on that list. I'm not that excited about him. Here was his first run on Sunday, the Lions' second play from scrimmage, and this is what I mean when I say a slow-motion spin move. AP's ability to make in-run maneuvers that lose tacklers isn't really there anymore. His vision is still really good. He can obviously still get up ahead of steam, but the stop foot, go foot, it is gone foot, gone foot. Just an example of how that limits you, watch both defensive ends get too far upfield here, opening two big lanes, left or right. And yeah, AP sees a linebacker coming up to his left, but old AP, he tries to evade him, bounce outside, do something. This is a good run. He does take a little bit of evasive action here, but you can see what I mean about how he just looks like he's staggering and almost going to break his hip when he cuts. He has to stop to cut, right? It all mostly becomes about vision and power, but when you have to slow down like that to cut, it does limit you. And this is my way of saying, yes, the Lions used Peterson for 38 snaps on Sunday. Kerryon Johnson got 10. The rookie, DeAndre Swift, got 5. You can add Adrian Peterson. He's not completely done. He's also not anything like old Adrian Peterson. In a shallow league, I'm hoping you're not so injury devastated that you can't do better. I will get back to some lesser-owned players in a moment. Let's thank our sponsor. We have Manscaped as a sponsor. This is the perfect package that you can get from Manscaped with your Lawnmower 3.0. It's precision tools for your family jewels. Let's look at that. I'm probably not going to do an actual demonstration for you, but I think you get the point. A ceramic body trimmer that's great, and I use it all the time. Is it naughty to talk about shaving below the belt? I don't know. Ask your partner. Ask your friends. Ask people. Is it cool to be ungroomed down there? No, it's funky. Get rid of the funk. Shave your junk with the Lawnmower 3.0. It's good if you'll never have any cuts down there. If you get the Preferred Package Essentials kit that I just showed you, not only do you get the lawnmower, you get the travel case. You get a lot of grooming products that come in it. You can have a giggle about it if you want, but Manscaped legitimately works great. I really am glad I have it, and you'll have it forever. And I can get you 20% off with free shipping when you go to manscaped.com. Use the code HarrisTube, 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com. Use the code HarrisTube. Okay, let's now talk about some lesser-owned players. And I'm going to talk about the Seattle backfield a little bit because of a potential injury. Players I'm talking about here are owned in 1/3 of Yahoo leagues or fewer. And we're going to start here with Carlos Hyde. This was the play that got Chris Carson injured. It was a dirty play by Tristan Hill, wrenching around Carson's knee when he was already down. As of my recording this, we hear that Carson avoided major injury and has a chance to play in week 4. If Carson misses time, like it or not, it is probably Carlos Hyde who winds up having the most fantasy value. I know cousin Josh would not like it, but there were moments on Sunday when Hyde did a fair Carson impression in a reserve role. By now, I think you pretty much know what Carlos Hyde is. Pure power back, limited shiftiness, a little bit of giddy up when he goes north-south, and not so much when he goes east-west. And let's face it, this is pretty much the same act you get from Carson. I'm not going to dwell too long here. We're going to rank Hyde among the top 30 or so running backs if Carson misses a game, but don't spend big waiver fab or waiver priority spots for Carlos Hyde. At number 4 on my waiver list this year, sort of counting backwards here, Rex Burkhead had himself a day. He scores via the swing pass in the 2-minute drill end of the first half. He scores on a pretty standard handoff where he takes a big hit and tumbles into the end zone, and a goal line crash that sees him score for a third time against the Raiders. On the day, Burkhead had 98 scrimmage yards and, to my eye, continued to look like New England's absolute best running back. That's why I've said it on the podcast so frequently, and there's a world where this continues. Usually with Burkhead, it's going to be perimeter stuff, right? But for someone whose speed I really used to doubt, I mean, has he gotten faster or was I just wrong? I don't know. He's definitely shifty. He has some acceleration. He is sort of like budget Woodhead out there. And here he's wide left, put him in motion. He's a check down receiver here, not the primary target, but make something out of it. I think you mostly know what you're getting with Rex Burkhead. But part of what you know you're getting is this guy being the quarterback. I mean, Burkhead himself is always likely to get injured. James White also could be back any week. And then the big problem, I think, usually this is what happens. Cam Newton didn't have any rushing scores on Sunday, unlike the first two games where he had 4. Once again, not spending big fab for Burkhead. At number 3 on the list, another potential marriage of convenience that seems possible because once again, Chris Godwin is hurt. This time it's a hamstring. Godwin scored a touchdown early Sunday, otherwise was pretty quiet, and now, I mean, it's probably once again he's going to miss time, and we're going to take a look at Scotty Miller. And I showed you some Scotty Miller film on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and yes, a lot of what he can do is the Edelman stuff, right? He, sort of separate with quickness in short areas out of the slot. Not that exciting. But the difference is that Miller legitimately has some long speed. You'll see this once we get to the replay. This is a deep over route, and against 2 safeties back, if you want to go deep, you better be able to run because one guy's going to be there. I think you can see Scotty Miller can run, and now he has. He's made multiple plays downfield in this short season. On this one, I mean, yes, he has his limitations speed-wise. It's going to prove that he's not that fast. Brady overshoots him on this throw, but I just sort of wanted you to see with your own eyes, there's willingness to take shots to Scotty Miller. And to top it off down the field, I mean, this is more Edelman stuff. It is down the field. It's more like slot guy, find the alley between linebackers and safeties. But Brady was sharp on Sunday. I think his arm looks great. And as you've just seen, if there's no Godwin, I think Miller looks like a pretty good player. He's not a future star. He's a number 2 receiver, but he could be a pretty startable fantasy commodity. Do I love that my number 2 waiver ad is Cordero Patterson? It's a little bit gross, but there's logic here, obviously, and there may actually be some film work to back it up. This play gets called back, but you can see his explosiveness. Going all the way back to week 1, the Bears have been telling us that they want to work Patterson in at running back the entire season, and if we change this one to an end zone view, you'll see Patterson accelerate and change direction. I mean, he pitter-patters his feet. He's not lightning. He's not amazing, but he comes out of that break with pretty legit acceleration. In week 2, a little jab step in the hole freezes a linebacker. I think you can see that Patterson isn't, he's not coming out of breaks with unbelievable running back type agility. He's not a star running back, but I think David Montgomery wishes that he had overall juice like this. And I'm burying the lead. Here's why I would ever consider adding Cordero Patterson. Tariq Cohen, fair catching a punt on Sunday, gets run into sort of a helpless position. He tears his ACL, and it really stinks, and it leaves us wondering what the Bears will do in that backfield. Listen, it's never been bad business in fantasy football to doubt whether Cordero Patterson can help you. I remember many a year, we're going back 7 years now, of Cordero Patterson being a great sleeper, a potential sort of slash player who's going to help you all over the field, and just too many mistakes. He's been a bit of a knucklehead in his career. But we also have to admit, it's grainy footage from his rookie year, but Patterson has always been freaky fast once he gets going. There's a world where he could become a much-needed home run hitter here. Just last season, he got marginal backfield run even before his official position switch. And I'm sorry, it's certainly easy to worry he doesn't have the play-by-play consistency that you're looking for, but the Bears need an explosive alternative to David Montgomery. And with Cohen out, Patterson could be it until and unless they sign someone else, but he is speculatively addable. And my number one waiver ad for the week, he's also speculative. It's hard to go right out and start rookie Vikings wideout Justin Jefferson based on one performance, but you have to like what you saw Sunday. So he can probably be rostered at the end of a lot of fantasy benches. Started out modestly enough. Here Jefferson is left slot and runs a Kirk Cousins special, just a possession out route against zone. Nothing amazing here. Here he's wide left, and it's also a possession out route, but it's against man, and it's not a wildly special route, but Cousins squeezes it in there. Slot right here, and you're seeing a pattern emerge. Justin Jefferson is our possession receiver. We trust him to sit down against zone and make possession catches that many NFL defenses will give you in lieu of bigger plays. Now he's wide left, and it's man coverage, and he mechanically just sort of needs to make sure his body position and his timing don't encourage the defensive back to undercut this route, and he does that well, so this is easy money. All easy money, right? Except here he's wide left again, and you just saw trust in Jefferson that we hadn't seen on film the first 2 weeks, and here's more. It's good speed. It's not blazing. Jefferson isn't really a separator, but it's a trust ball. It's a 50-50 ball, and Jefferson just goes and gets it, which absolutely fits with his reputation coming out of LSU as this ultimate gamer. You watch him out of the slot right, running an increasingly popular deep over route against cover one, and it's a good defensive play by Malcolm Butler. And it's also a good indication of Jefferson's limitations. A faster wideout, I think you throw it further, I think it's a touchdown. And he's a rookie. He's also going to make mistakes. This pick six winds up getting called back by penalty on the return, but it's still an interception. And I'm betting that Kirk Cousins knew where to throw it, and I'm guessing that Jefferson's the one who made the mistake here. But here's the payoff. Jefferson is left slot, and here we go. It's the deep over route again. And if you have time to throw this route, it puts a big strain on single safety zone defenses because the deep safety has a long way to come. And then, by the time you get there, if you don't make the tackle, he's gone. We probably just saw Justin Jefferson's best game of the season, 175 yards and a touchdown. It's pretty hard to top. And the hierarchy is very much Adam Thielen first, but Jefferson paid off the trust that Minnesota showed him in week 3 and didn't really show him in the first 2 games. And he's at least a bench ad in all leagues. Don't blow all your fab on anyone this week. This is one of those speculative 10% type weeks. But these are my top 5 deeper league waiver ads for week 4. And that's it. That's the list. Tell us what you think down in the comments. Did we miss somebody? Are you outraged at our Myles Gaskin disrespect or anything else? Of course, please support the sponsors. Manscaped, go get yourself an electric trimmer. It's really great. Use that promo code HarrisTube. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button. Write a comment. Tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on. And of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.